What up, friendos? Hello, hello. Happiest of all of said Fridays. We made it through the week. We are here. Hello. Nightwolf. Yo, thank you for the subs, dude. Oh my God. Thank you for gifting subs to Nightblade and Chris. Appreciate you, dude. Hi, Pre. Oh, Pre. Oh, our sweet Pre. How are you, dude? Flash, you thirsty? I have a drink here. Olive, I swear to God. Why does that have to be the first one, Olive? Why do you do these things? Why are you this way? Gosh darn it. Oh my God. Hi guys, how we doing? It's good to see you. Hey, how are you? Just got a yacht. Oh, you just got a yacht at Home Depot. Let's go, dude. Pre, that's awesome, man. Heck yeah. I'm sure you do. I love this so much. I hate it here. Oh my God. NASCAR, thank you for the bits, man. Sparkle, thank you for the tier 2 for 8 months. You now owe me a beat. Excuse me. You know what? I'll eat one just for you. They're sitting here in the tin. I gotta use them anyway. Be right back. No worries, Logan. No worries. Gamer Wolf, thank you for gifting a sub to Crystal, by the way, friend. And Horse Gal, I don't even know if you're here, but you subbed when I wasn't even live. What is wrong with you? Art! 55 and going strong. Holy shit. I might lurk, but you're still my favorite. Oh my God, Art. I appreciate you, dude. Amsby, hello, friend. Good to see you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh man. Guys, one thing that I'm working on, I don't know. I'm still very undecided about how to make it happen. Not every streamer has access to the streaks, like where you can say like how many streams you've watched in a row. Not everybody has that access. Teeny, thank you for the 13 buds. But there might be a way using StreamerBot to where we can still acquire said information. Now, we wouldn't have access to past, like how many streams in a row people have done, but it would probably count it from that moment that I turn it on. So there might be a way. There might be a way. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to try to figure it out. We're going to try to figure it out because I fear missing out. I feel like I'm missing out when I don't have it. Skipping work to watch this. Hi, Flash. Go back to work. What the hell's wrong with you? Back up. If you get in trouble. It's too many in a row. I don't want to know. Yes, you do. Don't lie to me. Hey, Lizard. Good to see you. Flash, I messed up bad. Lunar, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Guys, thank you for the hype train. Also, I need to say it now. I need to make sure people understand and do not get confuzzled. Hold on. Mr. Akala, thank you for the 3 months. Right. You've probably noticed by now by watching Twitch and whatnot that your channel point area has changed, especially if you have bits. It looks different because they've added message effects, gigantifying emote, and on-screen celebration. And you can't turn them off. You can't do that. God damn it. Be warned. Be warned. Power-ups cost bits. I'm going to change the logos back to this cost bits so that it's not it's not confusions. But for right now, I put a bit logo on it, hoping that people would see that and go, oh, this probably costs something. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So there we are. Thank you, Break of Daylight. Last night I was drinking my sweet tea. I drank half of it. I thought it tasted funny, but the tea was worth it. This morning I discovered there was mold in it. I've had the worst stomachache all day. You called him, right? Oh my God. That's going to be a nightmare for big streams too. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, seriously, Trash. I watched a clip of XQC when he didn't know that Twitch had enabled it, and all of a sudden his stream stuff just went nuts. Yeah. So for now, we have it set to where it is. Hopefully I don't miss things. I think by using StreamerBot at some point, I'll be able to alert myself when certain stuff happens. If we like it, we'll keep it. If we don't like it, I'll just jack the price up astronomically until they allow us to turn it off. I think that's what we're going to do. I don't even know why they launched it without the option to turn off. That I have no idea. It was a very stupid decision to just let it fly. Dreadstone, hello, friend. Mayor, good to see you. How we doing? What's up, Uniform? Hi. Lily, hello. How are you? Play with Bex, thank you for the biddies. What up, Power Boy? Good to see you. It's Twitch. Stupid's kind of their default. No, you know, I don't know who in the like back of Twitch didn't listen to, you know, somebody said, hey, make sure you're able to turn it off. And they probably were like, I don't care. Just send it anyway. It's fine. It's fine. So the video for Flathead is live. That is up live now. And then this week, I'm going to get out the video for Larry. The Let's Find Larry. That's going to get up there too. Kylie, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome in. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you. Lester and Sarah are live right now. Yes. I'm good, your boy. How are you? Playing a single match of Hunt Showdown. Ruined 2 people's day. Closed game. Wow. I've never played that game. Playing some Phasmo today, I assume. Yes. If you're ever curious what game I'm playing, if you type !game, it will give you the title. It'll give you the game that we have under the stream, which should more than likely be what we're doing. Kylie, thank you for the subs. Kylie, thank you for the 5 subs. What are you doing? I appreciate you. Let's find, dude, that was a really good game. I really, really enjoyed Let's Find Larry. If you plan on if you're looking for games to stream, it's a really short game, but it's really good. Remember you owe us a soda? I was let off the hook for one. So take that to the bank. I did tell Sparkle that I would eat a bean for her, though. In the name of Sparkle, I said I would. Minnie Weedy, thank you for the prime. Listen. I know what I said. I heard what I said that you heard that you said what I said it. You know. Made a YouTube channel for some Phasmo. Got 2 videos up right now. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let's get Phasmo open. I restarted my computer, so hopefully things don't go crazy. I updated things. So we will see. Oh no, Flash, you do seem pretty... if I'm thirsty, I have a drink right here. Hyper. Flash, hello? Wyatt, are you there? Wyatt? Why was that a question? I thought it was for next stream. No. I was let off the hook by very kind people. Yes, Lunar. Yeah. Listen, I had them for St. Jude, and then they were just sitting in the fridge. I'm like, I don't know what to do with these. So, yeah. Little boy's sick, so we're chilling in bed. Oh, Mama Lee's. I'm sorry, little one's sick. Hopefully I can watch the whole stream. Oh, friend. I hope little one gets better. There's nothing worse than having a sick kiddo. There's nothing worse than having a sick kiddo. Donate them to your local food bank. What is wrong with you? A crumb of attention. Yes, Olive. You know what? I kind of wish that mods could use those power-up things for free. I think that would be really great attention grabbers. Bacon's going nice. Right? No, that was not good. I think that'd be cool. Yeah. Be nice if mods had something like that to stand out. I think so. I mean, I do have the ability. Now, I do have the ability to make it where mods messages stand out, but it would be every single message. I wish that there was a way that you guys, I mean, the only other way I guess would be to do like announcements. I mean, I guess that'd be a way of doing it. Danger Zone, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you. That'd be a lot. Yeah, yeah. And sometimes we're saying, no, you're not saying nothing. It's just that it's not something that's like, hey, Flash, look over here. Yeah. But Olive, yes, friend. You were saying about attention. Manic, hello, friend. Gotta have an alt account. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go to our main gameplay here. Oh, no, I was just talking shit. That sounds right. Hey, Katie. Watching the stream with our newest possum baby. Oh my God. We can pet the mods. Yeah. Do you see them? Do you see the emote right there? The pet the mods? Yeah. Phasmo time? Phasmo time. Looks indeed, like friend, indeed. Hey, Tide. Good to see you. We are currently level 85. 85. I had a thought about what I wanted to do tonight, as in like I want to get some levels, but I have a thought about how we could do that, or a different way of doing it. You know what I mean? Rehab, abandoned or orphan baby. Oh, that is Katie. That's so freaking cool. That's really, really cool. Yeah, and you can pet me too. Yeah, guys, thank you for the level 5 hype train. Appreciate you, Emery. Hello, friend. I'm gonna stay and give Flash luck. Hey, I'm okay with these things. Hyper, did you? Okay, no, Hyper. Thank you for the subs. What the? Why is that not showing up my alerts? There it is. What the? Oh my God. Hyper. Excuse you. Listen, dude. Listen. I can't wait till they're gone. When they're gone, then we have to talk about something else. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and give. I do owe Sparkle a bean. Strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish? Okay. I gotta find it though. Break of Daylight. Why is that not playing? Shut up. You know it's gonna be dead fish. You know exactly what it's gonna be. Why did the alert not go off? That's not the alert. We should do gambling? Nah. I'm not like, again, I do that once in a while. There's some that do it like all the time. I don't like to do that all the time. Was it like queued up or something? It was weird, man. That was super freaking weird. The other thing I fear too with the whole ghost gambling thing now, especially, is that you use channel points and things like that to do ghost gambling, right? Now you have to tiptoe around things that make you spend bits to do that. It makes it extra risky, because if you go to click on something and you click on the wrong thing, you're now spending bits that you didn't intend to spend. Yeah. All right. I don't know what this one's going to be, but I guess we'll see. Small, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. No way. That is actually not dead fish. Ickle, thank you for the prime. Oh my goodness. Lame that Flash said no. No, not really. No dead fish. Damn right. Oh man. I mean, woo. Okay. Anyway. Waste of a bean. Listen, dude. Sparkle can attest to this. I have so many that I ate that were so bad. So bad. Oh shit, it is a soda. Oh, what a way to start the stream. Thank you, Break of Daylight. So you're thirsty now? God damn it. Love seeing the Faz shorts on YouTube. Gave me some good tips. Oh, Small. That's awesome, friend. I'm so glad that you see the content, and I appreciate you for coming in. Thank you. Hopefully we'll have an update sooner rather than later. All I know, or what I've been told, not from even the team, all I know from the team is that it's going to have a lot of fixes and a lot of things like that. But that's all I know. We'll see when it's going to be. We'll see when it's going to be. Oh my God. Nistro, thank you so much for the prime. Work sucked today. Yeah. Mine was fine. It was fine. I was just getting annoyed at everything. Yeah. Battle Corgi, hello. All right. Well, God damn it. We haven't even played the first map yet. I'm looking forward to the farmhouse updates. Me too. Me too. I just want I just want like high school updated, man. Any updating console? Not yet, Erica. No. Chris, thank you for the prime, guys. Level 9 hype train. Jesus Christ. If you do exclamation point Trello, that is basically their update for us. And you can see where things stand. And when they update things, they update that. So if you're curious, like, hey, when's this going to happen? When's that going to happen? Where does this stand? Where does that stand? It's a good place to look. It's a good place to look. Rooting for Pickle? I mean, there's one on there I'm definitely not rooting for. Mannequin, you shut your lips. Small time. Oh my God. Thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. I stopped asking about console months ago. No, fair. I mean, listen, to me, look, like, fair enough. I don't get bothered when somebody asks, like, hey, where's console? I don't get bothered. Because I'm also like, hey, where's it at? But no, I don't get bothered. It's people are just curious about an update. But it goes along the same lines as like somebody asked me if I get annoyed when I get asked the same things over and over and over again. And I still have the same answer of no, because to that person, it's the first time they've heard it. So I can't get annoyed unless it's an annoying question. If it's something stupid, then okay. But if it's a legit question, I'm not annoyed. I'm not going to get annoyed. I'll answer. Meg. All right, I got to spin this thing. Meg, thank you so much for the subs. Oh my God. Ace, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, it's not going to be good. I have a 1 in 3 chance of getting something really, really awful here. Ickle, thank you for the bits. Jesus Christ. Irish. By the way, guys, because it's my channel, I have the ability to do gigantic emotes at will, basically. All right, anyway. Oh my, thank you for the biddies. Oh, Sparkle. Oh my goodness. Where the hell's my, hold on, I'm looking, I have to interact inside of OBS. There it is. Okay. Oh, we're safe. I don't know how this, I haven't had this one yet. I have no idea what it's going to be like, but we're safe. Mel did the flash whoa emote. Oh my God. She's been spamming everyone's channel with glaze emote. His whatever face, dude. It's so funny. Some of the large emotes that you can do now, they're so funny. Maybe it just tastes like pickle. I sure hope so, because I don't mind pickle. I don't mind it. Cooked eggs. Listen, guys. Okay. Oh, you mean the yeah, that's the one. Imagine a big toe emote. Ah, no. Wait. Oh, wait, never mind. Hold on. Gonna taste like, oh, shut your lips right now. I hate vinegar. Vinegar is the worst. Vinegar is the worst. Oh, shit. Oh, my goodness gracious. Where's the bottle opener? We'll go to the other screen. There's a big break of daylight. Fred, thank you for the gigantic emote. I can't stand vinegar, man. Here, we'll go to the big screen for it. Is vinegar worse than Barks? Oh, 100%. You mean Barks root beer? Oh yeah. I don't like Barks, but vinegar is just rancid. I hate it. It's the worst. All right. You know, it's really unfortunate that this is another one that does not say, yeah, carbonated pickles. This is another one that does not say 100% natural. Mustard is the only one that I've had that says this, that says it. Carbonated pickle juice. Sounds like a weird band name. We're carbonated pickle juice. Yeah. I mean, it kind of smells like a pickle. It smells a little weird, though. Oh, my God, Hyper. I like pickles. Look, okay, no. You can't use that. No. I like this. I like this. I like this. You combine them all together. It's got to be good. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. You said that. I like pickles. I like carbonated drinks. Carbonated pickle soda, hard pass. Yeah, fair. Do you actually finish these? Or do you take one good drink? I still have the bottles over here from me taking one good drink, AKA chugging it. Which is what we do. I got it. Oh, fucking hell. All right. Here we go. Kate, thank you for the prime. Cheers. Oh my. You know, as weird as that was, that did not taste all that awful. That didn't taste that bad. But being carbonated is really weird. Still brings a tear. This is not look, anybody that wants to try these sodas, pickle is definitely not the worst. Your face did not communicate that. Listen. It's the carbonation, dude. Oh my god. Do the same with a beer. Hey, I have no problem with that. They taste like pickle a little bit. It has like hints of pickle, but I can't really like land what else it tastes like. It's weird. It's weird. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Nightwolf, thank you for the thank you for the subs. Oh my god. Level 11. Jesus. It goes to 11. Oh my god. Okay. Imagine if it had bits of stop it. Okay. Nope. We're not doing that game. We're not playing that game. We're moving on. That's what we're doing today. Just spilled Sprite all over me. You should not do that. How is it you spill Sprite on yourself? I chug all of these and not spill a single drop on me. How does that happen? Okay. We're good, man. Chugging the carbonation hitting you and then just sitting in the belly. It's woof. Ugh. We should ghost gamble. Nah, I'm not interested. Swirls drinking glass and sips. Oh, it's in a large Dairy Queen cup. Oh, that's even better. You're not laughing hysterically at you, whole drink. Okay, listen. Come on. Hey, listen. Okay. So, I need to remake my 10-12 multiplier because I kind of made a boo-boo. When I accidentally erased it. So we're going to remake it. But I had an idea that rather than just running Tanglewood, what if we did some 10-12s on Tanglewood and other maps? Do some 10-12s on Willow, Grafton, Ridge, like those small maps, Edgefield, maybe Bleeze, and see how it goes. It'll give us a little spice in our life, a little something different, you know? I think we try. It's Melia's happy birthday, my best friend. It's Mel's birthday. Happy birthday. Nightwolf, thank you. Thank you for the subs. Irish, hi friend. Irish, I just chugged one of those pickle soda, the pickle carbonated soda. Wasn't the worst. Again, oddly carbonated, but not the worst. All right, let me remake my custom. I do need to pull. I have these settings inside of Discord, by the way, for anybody that wants them. If you go to my Phasmo channel in Discord and you go to the pins, there's a 10-12 custom run. That's what it is. Second soda at 100. I mean, look, I have like a 2 soda limit for a night, but yeah, if we, yeah. All right, player, let's see here. 0, 0, 200, sprinting on, player speed 100, flashlights on. Okay. And then we go to this one. F me, I guess. Go hi. Rami, thank you for the 9 months. It's a Twitch baby. Don't forget to drink water. So I need to refill my water, but I do have another drink here. To polish it down. So we should be okay. We should be okay. Oh my God. Ah, now I'm itchy. All right, 100. Changing favorite room is set to high. Interaction low. Vent frequency low. Friendly ghost off. Doi. We have a second grace period, so that way we don't get hunted or die immediately. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of the subs and the bits, man. I appreciate you guys. What is the drink? Oh, this one? This one is more Dream Team Punch. Yeah. Get a Flash t-shirt soon. Hey, I'm hoping. I'm still trying to talk to the one person about making me a new piece of merch. It's been a little while since we've had something new in there, so I want to work on it. Oh, did you guys just get the bleed purple emote? There you go. Pickle soda was just beer in disguise. No, it was not. I know what beers taste like, and that ain't it. That ain't it. Okay. Fog. We're getting there. High, none, off. This is on, right? Yeah, on. There you go. Okay. All right, we fixed it. Our 1012 is back. You ever put out a merch piece with ghosts, like a Phasmo type? Wait, what? Oh, hey, how are you? On a coffee mug? You mean that one? It exists. Oh, it's there. Oh, it's there. Goo soda or stinky ghost soda. It's on my desk, but I can't show them. Fair. Kiss to kitty. Hello, friend. But yeah, this is what I have in there right now. Yeah, this is what's in there right now. I'm going to be working on... There's also... I need it. I'm going to have another shirt made soon. We have hoodies. Okay. It's got that custom merch piece that I had made. There's zip ups. There's pullovers. There's tie dye. This glass, by the way, I love this glass. This is my favorite glass to use in my house. This is my favorite one. Where can you get it? FlashForceMerch.com. I am Kitty. Thank you, friend. Ghostlin. Hi, friend. Thank you for the 15 months. But yeah, we got this. The pillow. I have the pillow. It's up there. I have the pillow. It's literally right up there. But yeah. Yeah, stuff and things, man. Stuff and things. All right, go back. Someone said, yeah, you should have an oh, hey, how are you mug. I'm like, oh, wait. I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute. But I got one of those. Oh, my God. All right, we're back. Cooked eggs. Thank you for gifting Sid a sub. Thank you for the shop tour. Absolutely. Anytime. All right, let me get these going and then we'll be ready to rock, okay? That must be mine. Mine's upstairs. In our shelf of mugs above our coffee. Try to narrow down a hoodie. So the person I'm talking to right now, my goal, they're a different style, which is what I like. They're a different style, and I really, really dig it. Happy Friday. Oh my, hyper. Jesus. What up, GD? How you, dude? Son of a, can we, look, I'm gonna at least do like a map or two before we do it, okay? We need to let the pickle settle, if you will. If I may, if we must, if we shall. I'm gonna. But I promise we'll do it. God damn it. We haven't even started the game. I know. I know. All right, here, help me decide. We're gonna do a 10-12. What small map should we do? What small map? Okay. So I'll tell you, the map that we normally do, is Tanglewood. Sunny Meadows, because that's small. I'm glad we followed the assignment. That's a good job. Redman, welcome in. Ridge, Willow. The classic. Hey, Archo, thank you so much for the 2 months. Appreciate you, man. Edge, Willow. You know what? We'll start on Willow, but we'll do a bunch of them. We'll do a bunch, okay? Put that guy there. I think I'm ready to rock. I think we're ready to rock. Ethereum, hello. What's up, dude? Jeff, what's up, man? Iron, good to see you. Queen Salem. Oh, hi, friend. Cam Carr, welcome in. All right, we're going to go to Willers. We're going to do 10-12. I don't normally do 10-12s on Willers, but we're going to see if we can get the ghosty and get out of here. Let's do it. Drix, thank you for the 5-month Prime. Oh my goodness. All right, let's stop the music. Let's stop the music. Oh, it's Wyatt. What's up, man? Hey, Matthew, good to see you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Any Father's Day plans? A big bag of nothing. She said, what do you want to do for Father's Day? And I said, chill. Chill. I don't need no big plans or anything like that. We're gonna be hanging out, man. I'm good, Queen. How are you? How's the monthly going? Do I still have, or I used to have? Oh, love the vids. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. My dad never gives it. You know, listen, my wife didn't ask for anything big for Mother's Day. So, you know, almost fair. Hi, Sparkle. Josephine, hello. Gonna play with anyone tonight? No, I'll probably be rocking solo. For now, we'll see what happens. All right, I do need to remember this is 10. What am I doing? Why do I have these things? This is a 10-12. My husband just wants us to hang out. That's me too. I'm like, I just want to eat food. I just want to eat food. Yeah, man. Autopilot. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to get any evidence, but at least I guess there's some things. Why is it not showing the badge? Try refresh, Drix. Try to refresh. That might help. All right. We need you. We need, I'm already wearing one of those. We're going to get one of these, one of those. Let's rock. Let's rock. Go. Let's go. Let us go. Is this Nightmare? No, this is a custom 10-12. So I have no evidence. No evidence, no sanity. The ghost is 100% speed. I'm 100% speed. The power starts on, so I should be able to turn the lights on unless the ghost kicked it, and then we're in trouble. But we're gonna hopefully not die. I'm lagging a little bit though. I was about to say, no fucking way. I thought we just got mared. No, no, it was the ghost event. It was the ghost event. No, 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 no. I got excited. I know. Imagine. Highland Walrus. I just realized what it was. No, 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 no. Unless it's mimicking a revenant. No, that's a Revy. Hey, Psycho. Hey, all right. Let's try to get at least stuff and things. Put that over there. I need this too. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. What up, Jess? Tyler, welcome in. Thank you. It's my favorite horror game. This is definitely up there, friend. Oh, God, I can't hear it. Vet, thank you for the 20 months. Eat the crucifix. Please. I beg you. Eat the crucifix. Up a smudge? No, we're on it. No, 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 no. We're on it. It's over there near that door. If it eats the cruci, really the big thing is just it's giving us more money. Just a little bite. Just a little guy. That sounded close to me. Avi, how are you, friend? Ghost is a rev. I hope. If it's not a revenant, well, then it's a mimic. I don't know why it's not hunting. I haven't smudged or anything. Live, hello. Nibble! Nibble, 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 nibble. See, it was worth. We stayed a few extra seconds and it gave us some more monies. Is it like metal? I mean, it depends. We're assuming that this is made of metal. We don't know. Oh, it was waiting for me to drink the... Oh, that's what it was. Oh, we got all the objectives. Sheesh. Okay. All right. My dad is notoriously hard to buy. See, I don't even ask for... I don't ask for anything. I'm not like... No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
I'm all good. You know a lot about Phas? That's awesome. 3,600. Sweet. Moved up a level. Why are you using level 2 crucifix? I don't even think I've unlocked the third one, have I? Yeah, still locked. I don't have the ability to actually have it. My kids just take their dad. See, there we go. That's good enough for me. Rafa, thank you for the 58 months. Holy shit. You can't play? Like, because you're busy or someone doesn't let you? Buy my husband coffee. That's what I need. That's okay. Thank you. You gave me, that's the only thing I'm going to ask for. That's it. Daisy, thank you, friend. That's it. That is it. Ophi, thank you for the follow, by the way. All right. God damn it. We're going to do one more and then I'll drink it. We'll do one more, then I'll drink it. You can't get the level 1 crucifix to work. That means that the crucifix isn't close enough to the ghost. Coffee and a hug. Do you prefer light or dark roast? Honestly, I don't mind either way. I end up just pouring creamer on it anyway. Yeah. You don't have the money on Steam. So you're really good at the game, but you've never played it before? That's interesting. Thank you, Rafa. Oh my goodness. Chelsea. Thank you so much, homie. The freaking giraffe, dude. Your sister said, hey, how are you? Class. That's class right there. Let's go to Edgefield and try this. Light roast has the most caffeine. Hey, there you go. There you go. Do prediction? No, probably not. 1 out of 24 ghosts listed would probably be a really big pain in the tush. Always see you on TikTok now. Just started playing Phas like a week ago. Hey. Well, I hope it's been going well. Coffee's gross? No, it's not gross. You just got to find the right kind of stuff. That's all. You got to find the right stuff. All right. If we're going to do this, I think this one, the way we're going to... Okay, first let's look at our objectives. Photo, crucifix. All All right. We're definitely gonna need a backup smudge. That's for damn sure. Caesar, welcome in, man. Agent Risk, hello. No, like when you have 2 evidence and you do a prediction. Well, I'm not gonna get any evidence though. Yeah, this is a 10-12 multiplier. Yeah. People teached you. But you've never played it before, right? I mean, it's kind of like saying, like, I'm a really good pilot. You ever flown a plane? No. Someone taught me, though. You know what I mean? You feel me? Picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah. All right. So let's do lanterns. I'm going to bring a backup lighter even. I think that makes sense. There we go. Now we can see what's going on. Sylvanus, hello. How are you? Can't be that hard. It's stupid. Hey, Nico. Can't be that hard. Got exit 8. Oh, that's awesome. What up, doofus? Appreciate you, man. We're going to do crucifix, another smudge, bring another lighter. There we go. It's fire hazard. It's fine. What do you mean? All right. Hopefully we do not, I might do this instead. This is dangerous as shit. So the ghost is right here. Right here. Hi, Evie. Fuck it. I like how right here just became over. Listen, it's, I don't know why, man. It's just something that a lot of people hear, okay? Hey, are you a phantom? Apocrypha? Yeah, I think you're a phantom. I doubt I'm gonna get you to eat this crucifix, but you know what though? We're sure gonna try. It started up here. Started up here. Up here. Moon juice! Thank you, friend. Katie, thank you. Apocrypha, I hope you're good, friendo. Why was I muted? Because you were arguing with the mods. Hey, Luffy, how are you? It's Phantom, yeah. I was wondering why. It just seemed very invisible going from there to there. I was thinking the same thing. Am I yokai? No, I'm not. Lens, thank you for the 3 months. Did it not really? Yeah, it was not very visible. Did it not really be visible? Correct. Hi, Royal. Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Katie, thank you. Chokley, welcome in. Royal! Thank you for the 7 months. Oh my goodness, man. Pradeep, welcome in. I don't know if that crucifix is going to be close enough. Ghosty's over here in the hallway now. Never mind. I'll take it. Sold. What level are you at right now? 86 or 87. One of them ones. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We will see. We're moving. Phantom 3K level 87. There we go. As long as we can keep it up like that, we'll be good. But I do owe chat something, so I'm gonna do it real quick. It was stalking me. It was. It was. Thank you, Apocrypha. Thank you. Yeah, you do. Listen. Listen here. Listen. All right. So on the purple side of things, every 50, I had these leftover gross sodas that were from St. Jude month. And I was like, well, I got to do something with them. So this could be really bad. I might, listen, if it's ranch, there's a very good chance I'm not chugging that. Just fun fact, side note, whatever. Yeah, if it's this, there's a good chance I'm not chugging that. Too bad you didn't get the poop soda. Poop soda? Relosa. Hi, friend. Okay. We legit have avoided this soda this is legit the last one. So I said two a night is the max I would do. No shot. We're not playing with viewers, GD. All right. With how orange that is, there's definitely no shot that that's natural. Mix them together. You can eat a butt. That's what you can do. My day was good, Violet. Past tense. Was, used to be. Maybe sort of. Not anymore. I don't know. Hard to say. Kyle! Hey, how are you? With pleasure. Well, at least you're a good sport, you know? At least you're a good sport. Oh, that's weird. Why does that smell orange? Okay, like, I get it. I understand it looks orange, but it smells orange. That's weird. That's weird. A ballistic, I swear. Hey, I see you up there. I see you. I don't know you. Here it is. Here it is. We said this before, but I'll say it again. We had a mustard one. It is the only one of these that has said 100% natural on it. I want you to savor it. Wow. You know what? Fine. I'll drink half of it. I'll drink half. Cheers and good luck. Thank you. Unstoppable. Appreciate you. Twisted. Thank you for the 8 months. Ranch is better. Who hurt you? Pinky in the air. Roger that. We're fancy around this piece. Oh, the aftertaste is like beef. It smelled okay. It don't taste okay. Mm-mm. You drank all of it? We're not effing around, man. What? Oh. It smelled orange and oh my god. It smelled orange and it tastes like beef. Luce, thank you for the prime. All right, we're good. All right, we're good. Play Phaz? I don't know what Phaz is. It doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like that was enjoyable. You know, Bailey, it's funny you say that. Because it wasn't. Cry through the brain. Roger that. All right, we're going to go classic tangle, and then we'll keep moving. Don't vomit. I'm fine. I'm fine. Phasmo. I don't know what Phasmo is.
And get set up before
I'm new here. I'm new here.
There's been no reports of violence or sightings, but please remain
Oh, my
careful.
stomach. Okay. I'll give it a look. You had some Mexican for dinner. Hey, nice. What'd you have? Listen, I love enchiladas, just maybe not in that form. Bruh, fake. No, I'm real. No, I'm real. Bruh. EMF. Okay, let's go get the EMF. Where can I get some gross sodas? From Amazon. From Amazon, yeah. Let's do... We need a Cruci Bite, so I'm going to attempt to get one. We're going to try. Love a good quesadilla. Me too, but man. Little bees. Thank you, Fred. Need dirt soda. I've had dirt soda. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. All right. Hopefully one of these hits. Hopefully. Well, you know what? We'll take this one with us and we'll go. Ready, run. Relosa? It's so funny you said that. We were literally quoting that earlier today, that same scene. You fat lard, eat your dinner. You're a Moroi. Now, where did it start hunting from? That was the kitchen area, yeah? Fuck. Turn on. There we go. We'll try here. Why not? Who's a pretty Moroi? Well, it's not wearing pants. It ain't wearing no pants. Thank you. And we leave. How do you know it's a Moroi? Because with how fast it is, with my sanity and us walking in, it not having line of sight, all that jazz, I'm able to cancel some ghosts with that. The normal speed ghosts are obviously out of the question. Now there's some fast ghosts like the Hantu, the Thay, things like that. But the ghosts sped up with line of sight. Hantus can't do that and Thays can't do that. But the Moroi can. But that one can. Fast twin, no shot. No shot. No shot. I got mimicked!
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Damn. Had to happen eventually. Mimic. It had to happen. It was mimicking a Moroi, though. I wonder if it changed ghosts at all. It changed ghosts twice. This prick. Get wrecked, nerd. I did get wrecked, nerd. Damn. Son of a bitch. But I'm not about to go check for orbs every time we do a hunt. There's no shot. I take that professional comment back. Ghostlin, listen. 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 All right, I have ads, guys. We're going to go ahead and play them now, and then we'll get back into more of these, okay? Programmer. Damn it. It's inevitable. It's meant to happen. It's going to happen. It's fine. It's fine. Son of a bitch. All right, Mountain Dew, no worries, friend. It's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. What are these ads you speak of? I don't know. Next goes to be a Myling? Okay. Roger that. How do you miss the ghost balls? Well, I wasn't looking for them, to be fair. In my defense. Why ad break, no ads? That just means you didn't get them this time. Yeah, they're delivered differently to everybody. It's not the same. So sometimes you'll get them, sometimes you won't. It depends on region, and then it depends on Twitch if they deliver them or not. Sometimes you only get one, sometimes you get all of them, sometimes you get none. Yeah. Only death is promised in life. This is facts. You didn't get them? Okay. I'll make a note of that, Evie. Hey, Thunder. What if I have ad block? I'm pretty sure that Twitch is like gonna start actually, aren't they gonna start doing things about that? I find it weird with this screen and no ads. You find it weird that there's no ads on the ad break screen when you're subbed? What? My wife gets mad at me because she wants to help, but I become so proactive. I basically do the hunt for us. Oh my God. Twitch Turbo rules. Yes, it does. Amen. Amen. We have a minute left. Minute left in the rover. Oh my goodness. Well, at least we got to live another day with no ranch. So that's good. Yeah, this is chill time. Yeah, keeps us all on an even keel. If I can stop and not run games and we can just run ads real quick, that's what I'm going to do, man. That's what I'm going to do, man. How would an Oni be? Blinks more slower? Doesn't blink slower, blinks less. It's visible longer. Get in focus mode, that's fair, dude. That's fair. Is there ways to add more space for the truck? No. 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 What would you need more space in the truck for? See you, Zero. Have a good one, man. All right, we're back. To sleep. I mean, there's more than enough room in there to sleep. We're going back to Tanglewood. I'm not pleased. Yeah, look, this is more than enough room.
All right, we're here.
Just lie down.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare.
It's a gosh dang hot dog. Thank you, Apocrypha. Rex, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you.
We don't know what it's capable of.
How long have I been playing Phas? For a couple of years. Do I have a favorite ghostie? My favorite ghostie just so happens to be the Mimic, just not during this time. Not right now. Event EMF. Okay, let's get EMF the front door. Get one of the... Do I want one of the crucifix? No, because we want to hear it hunt. Let's take this over there, that over there, and this over there. There we go. There we go. Add string lights to the truck. This isn't freaking Lethal Company. Okay? Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Get this guy, get that guy, get that guy. There we go. Need to make this truck a home. Put on Fixer Upper. That's how you do it. Ghosty Hunter, are you ready to see your Fixer Upper? It's still the same truck. It's always a year, right? Ugh, gross. All right, here we go. I hear nothing. I hear something. Lucy Lou, hello. Hey, Stellar, I'm good. Sounds pretty normal. Hi, Rhonda. That's very much so a normie. Very much so a normie. We'll watch her again. I'll smudge. What'd I miss? Oh, nothing. Nothing yet. I know. But listen, man, that's part of the fun with these runs. You know, you're gonna get the ghosties that seem very normal. You just it kind of trains your brain on how to test no evidence runs. Hope the games are going well. Seeing you in Mike's. Hey, Mike's a pretty cool guy. Mike is a pretty cool guy. Oh, you're so normal. The EMF is on, so that would trigger her. Get smudged on. 106.53. What up, Shake? PSHB, hello. Let's go get some more stuff. She's starting from basically right here. Right here. We'll go get stuff. I'm going to get another smudge, but then we're going to lay down some salt. What up, Geo? Fast, I think? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Let's get you. Another one of you. And I've got an EMF in there. Let's get another one of you. Here before you're a... Shh. Shut your butt. You will shut your lips right now. Do you understand? Alright. Hey, Switch. Hasn't been throwing stuff. We haven't really given it much of a chance. To be fair to Ghosty. We'll get her to come our way immediately. She's not throwing things like a polter. Hunting time wise, that was like 108. Hi, Faith. That was under 90, but over a minute. Really? Is this a Damon? Is this a Damon? I could smudge her again. Ice Princess, welcome in. Wait. Oh, I gotta check the salt. She Scooby-Doo's her ass across the screen. Hey, Demonic. The EMF was going off, but I heard her throwing things in the kitchen. Something pretty frequently. I have 0 sanity. Jinkies. Yoink, Scoob. All right, walked in salt. Yeah, I think we're gonna do another smudge and do another timer test here to see if it's a Damon. Yeah. 100% over a minute, but under 90. All right. Well, if it's under 90, I mean, that says it all. Demon, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, Demonic Mushroom, I appreciate you. What's up, Mo? Go, welcome in. Any tips for beginners? Yeah. Always know where you can hide, friend. Always know where you can hide. Are these settings for these runs in Discord? Yes, they are. Yeah, the Phasmo channel, it's pinned in the Phasmo channel, the 1012 custom. Stupid demon achievement is the last one. It's legit just RNG. Over and over and over and over. Yeah. Got the stopwatch out. I appreciate it. I'll let you know she's doing so much better now. The doggo? Hey! I missed you. You good? Are you okay? Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. Smudged. Oh shit! 11108! I looked down at OBS. That was almost 11108. I gotta run. We gotta run and get a smudge. She seems sad. I don't know. I mean, she should be pretty damn happy. You know, we're here hanging out with her. We brought her a friend, not a yokai. No. Nope. I definitely don't think so. Thank you, Zaber. Appreciate you. All right, we have double smudge on us. We're still within our time. We're fine. Here, this is for you. Get yourself something nice. Cries of joy, exactly. Thank you. All right. We're almost at a minute. We are at a minute. We're at 1:12:13. Is it just a crappy demon? $1:12:26. A minute 18. Like, really? 90 seconds. 90 seconds is for normal ghosties. So literally a minute and a half, and that's twice it's hunted under a minute and a half. And I smudged it nowhere near the stairs. Nowhere near. We're going with it. Once you play for a while, it's not even a horror game anymore. I mean, that could be said about any horror game though, right? Because that's saying, I mean, that's per the individual. So if you're saying that it's not scary for you anymore, that doesn't make it not a horror game anymore. But if you say, man, this other game's really, really scary, but if you've played it for 1,000 hours, is that game going to be scary anymore? Maybe not as scary. This game still jump scares the shit out of me sometimes though. That's for real. 78 seconds, it would be a demon, right? That's what we're going with. Yeah. That's what we're going with. Sammy, thank you for the 14 months. Appreciate you, friend. I'm a little snack. Thank you for the 20 months, man. Come on. There it is.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
It was not hunting at the 60-second mark, but it was hunting under 90, which is why we knew it was a demon. So, yay. It is a bedtime movie. Nothing scary anymore. I have so many hours on this game. It's still scary. And listen, it's about the ambiance. It's like when you go to Sunny Meadows, people that I know that have played this game for thousands of hours will go to Sunny Meadows and still be like, dude, this map is scary as shit. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. All right, let's try Ridge. Old Fridge View. You hate Sunny. It scares the guy. I love it, man. It's awesome. I love it. It's your favorite map? It's my favorite bigger map for sure. Yeah. You're level 83. Have I had the level 3 crucifix? Yeah, many times. 300 hours? Nice. There you go. Hell yeah, man. All right, let's go. We need incense, ghost event, and EMF. EMF again. I mean, I guess we'll take advantage of it. Sure. Sure. What games do you have lined up for the 24-hour? I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm still making that decision. By the way, on the purple side of things, exclamation point 24HR, the 24-hour stream is decided. It is at the end of the month. At the end of the month. The squishy floor that makes it your fave, isn't it? Listen, it might be one of my favorite ones. Okay, crucifix, smooge. We already have a lighter. Let's get a backup smooge. June 29th. Yep. Yep. I'm new. I always die and lose all my stuff or just not get the ghost correct. I'm leveling up super slow. What difficulty do you play on? When is it going to start? 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. Ish. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard ish. Not the standard ish. The 9 a.m. is the ish. Because we'll see when we start. Yeah. Good night, Iron. Have a good one, man. All right. We're going to run over here and hopefully not get easted. Yeah? You know what I should do? No. We should play this one a little. Wait, no, I have backup smudge. We're probably all right. Probably fine. Yeah. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I heard it. Forgot I had lights. Play on amateur. So are you not getting all of your evidence? Because if you're playing on an amateur, that means you're learning the game, right? So if you're learning the game, I would definitely stick to evidence. I would wait to start learning behaviors and things like that till you've played it a little bit more. Because it's a lot to handle. There's a lot involved. But do you know where to hide on the maps? You tried the Roblox version? Yeah, I've done it. Poke, it's discord.gg/FlashForce. Are you a poltergeist? Did you see that yeet? That was a yeet and a half. Holy shit. All right, let's do this. Played the game a lot. I still don't know every ghost behavior. Oh yeah, there's a ton of them, man. There's 24 different ghosts. There was a lot to learn. Yeetus Maximus. There's a lot to learn. But baby steps. If you're just learning the game, play on amateur, learn the maps, get your evidence. Don't worry about like, hey, is this a mare with the light switch? Hey, this. But if there's things you know, like I know that Onis can't do the ghost ball event. So I can go ahead and cross that off. If you know it, you know it. Yeah. Yeah, you better come here. Holy shit! Yeah, I think it's Polty. Yeah, there's a mist ball event, and if it does it, if the ghost does it, then it's not an Oni. She's redecorating and she didn't even ask. How the fuck did you not get this yet? Excuse me. None of these? Really? Oh, whatever. Threw a plate right at our face. Watch it be. Stop it right now. You're going to be right. Virus, thank you for the follow. What's up, Psycho? How do you figure out all the different traits of the ghost? Watching other people, going to the official Phasmo Discord, reading up on the wiki. A lot of it is accurate. It might not be 100% accurate, but most of it is. Most of it is. Let's toss the stuff. Yeah, I mean, I tell people all the time, man, if you're questioning if something is right, correct, whatever, to go to the Phasmo Discord. Go to the Phasmo Discord. Bolty.
Back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Take everything with a grain of salt. Always question everything. Yeah. You always use a firelight. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, man. Not a bad idea at all. Find the ghost room, just throw the cruising in there with the EMF. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, the firelight's always a good idea too. All right, where to next? Cheat sheet is a great one as well. Oh, yeah. I've got that pinned in my Discord as well. That cheat sheet that has the different speeds. It's a lifesaver. Let's do Grafton. We haven't done the 10-12 on that one yet. What's the easiest way to level up and get money? To do really high multipliers. But that's assuming that you know the game or you know the ghost. If you're trying to figure out how to quickly level up and get money and you don't know the ghost that well at all, then you're not going to quickly level up and get money. Probably the easiest way to put that one. All right, let's go. Vivrio Samoroi. Nice. Nice. Sunny Meadows? No. No, we're not doing the large maps right now. We're trying to level up, and when you're playing a large map like Sunny, you're not leveling up fast. All right, let's, you know what? We have lanterns. We might as well go get them, yeah? Yeah. EMF Firelight, book right? Yeah, Victorious. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Leap, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate you, friend. All right, we got this. Do I have EMF again? Nope. Thank God. We could do this. Wait. I grabbed 3 lanterns. Never mind. We're fine. Oh, Caden Lee, thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate you. Is this game ever come to console? One day. One day. You got me. I ain't no developer. I just work here. All right, let's go. No evidence? Yeah. No evidence. No sanity. 10-12 custom. This game needs to come to Mac. Good luck with that one. The best thing that you can do with a Mac when you're trying to play this game is to boot camp Windows and play it that way. It's going to run better anyway. Victorious, thank you for the tier 1. You work here as a person who plays here. Exactly. Thank you. See, somebody gets it. Fast twin. Is it even compatible on Mac? I swear it wasn't. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. That's why I was saying with Windows Boot Camp, you could do it that way. Touching a lot of objects, but it's faster. Did you hear the speed of the ghost? That's why we know that this is probably a fast twin. Don't you dare, you sick mother. It farted on us. I do need a cruci burn, but means I gotta go get another cruise. Well, ain't an Oni. That's the ghost ball I was talking about. That little mist ball event thingy right there. That's what we were talking about. Yeah. Slow twin. And it was over there. So, like, one's there, one's there. It's like, oh, get out of here, dude. Get out of here, dude. Let me get out of here. Running. Oh, you didn't see the ball? Yeah. It definitely happened. Let's see. Are the twins like 2 ghosts? No, it's 1 ghost. No, there's not 2. What level am I now? 87 or 88, I think? Ish. Nobody's home. I hear it calling me on the phone. Tristan, I don't even see your... Hold on. don't even see your original message. I see them responding to you, but why didn't I see your original message? Hi, Rhodey. What's up, friend? That's freaking weird. Why did it disappear on my screen? Hey, Kylie. Oh, there you are. What the fuck? That was so weird, dude. I got nothing. I got nothing. See you, Pokey. I got nothing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm losing my mind. No, it is not 2 ghosts. No, no, no. Twins is 1 ghost. It is 1 ghost. Nutcase, what up, dude? The best way to think of the twins is it's 1 ghost that has 2 different interaction ranges. That's the best way. Kylie, thank you for the sub. Boop, doop, boop, doop. Oh, I forgot to turn that. I didn't mean to have that on for today. Brody, how's it going, friend? Got home for dinner. Red Lobster. Oh my goodness, I ain't been to Red Lobster in forever. Let me edit you. There we go. There we go. Texas Roadhouse hype. Hey, we ate at Texas Roadhouse the other day. It's where my kid wanted to go for dinner for his birthday. It's a ghost with extra large arms. Right. Right. Yeah. Gonna go eat, watch One Piece. Have fun, friend. Tweens. All right, we're level 88. We are very close to level 89. We were almost there. I was in Lavender Street yesterday, and he said that there's console information coming this week. Did he? Did he say when this week? Because even I haven't heard that. Which map is bigger, Prison or Sunny Meadows? Sunny Meadows. Yeah, there's only 2 maps that are considered large maps, and that would be Sunny Meadows and High School. Yeah. Go down watching the all difficulty challenge. I appreciate you, Katie. Thanks for watching, friend. All right, let's go again. Camp Woodwind sucks. I don't want to do Camp Woodwind. I mean, I guess I could. Do you have the custom shared anywhere? Yes. Yeah, Kylie. Yeah, I do. It's in Discord. Yep. Yep. This custom, this one right here, I have screenshots of it in the Phasmo channel pinned. Yeah. Yeah. Doing the prison map today? If I do, it's not going to be on this custom. That's for sure. Ashley, thank you for the tiny dinies. Outdoor map. No, it's this map, man. It's this one. Camp Woodwind, just the boundaries just suck. They just suck. I could do Bleeze, but it's a bigger map. We like doing the smaller maps. Let's go back to Edgy. Let's go back to Edgy. We're kind of hip hopping different maps and stuff. Dreadstone, thank you for the bits, friendo. 9 comfy. Oh, he didn't say what day. I got you. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it though. He does listen, it's never a bad idea to pop into their streams because they will say things from time to time. Probably too much sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. We take it as a win. I have done Ridge, but we'll do it again. Barbara. Parabolic, capture a photo. Do I care enough? Probably not. Probably not. They do be chatting. They do. Well, especially Lavender. Especially Lavender. He is notorious for jibber jabbering. So you might be able to get some answers out of him. You never know. What map do I usually play on? All of them. We like to play all the maps as much as we can. Did you reset your account or have you just not hit level 100? No, I haven't hit level 100 on this prestige. I'm sorry. Is the ghost to my left? You know what? I'm panicking. Maybe I will get these. You just saw that? Okay. All right. I thought I saw something get thrown. I don't know what that was. That was weird, dude. Least favorite map, High School. High School sucks. We're going to try our luck, I think, and run with these. I think it's the best bet we have. Ready? Hi, yeet. And go. Oh, shit. Okay, she roamed into the kitchen. I ran directly to her. Oh, you're a banshee. You jumped, I jumped. I thought I heard Fox. It was a raid.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Did it teleport? Hold on. Hold on. It didn't use its ability. Okay. Yes, Adam, we got the smooch. It did not teleport. No, it did not use its ability. Son of a bitch. All right, we're going back. Not like this. If I would have stayed in the living room, I thought I heard her in the living room. That's why I kept booking it. Oh, what a turd. Right, firelight motion sensor. All right, that's not bad. That ain't bad. God damn it. Oh, you know, it happens. It's fine. It was like, hello there. Oh, hey, where are you? Crucifix work if you throw. Yeah, you don't have to place them. They do not have to be placed at all. Just caring for with the manager. Yeah. Maybe I do what I did last time and I camp here. And I camp here to be smart. Ew. Hi, Roxy. Okay. Uh-oh. That's either over near garage. You sack of shit. Is the tier 1 crucifix good? No. I mean, compared to what? Not a gen? Not a gen. Oh, you son of a bitch. To anything. So is the tier 1 crucifix good, like, compared to this shoe? Sure. Listen, dude. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm being stalked. F them shoes. Is it a mare? I don't know. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. Why is it? Okay, that's still open. Where is it? Yeah. I think it's behind the beanbag. Sorry, doggo. He's just standing there. What up, JS? Gary, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. This is my no sanity, right? We know you're there, dude. Crow. Hello, friend. Do you check for orbs later? I usually don't even check. If I get mimicked, I get mimicked. I just accept my fate. It's Bibba, hello. Yo, what's up, baby? How are you? What is that? I don't know what's going on. Is this a shade? Shit. What's up, Nameless? I'm new. I see that first time chatter. Welcome in. Uh-oh. Is it a mare? Hey, I just bought those lights. Why is it breaking shit? I don't know, BK. Tell it to stop. Okay. You know what? Devil! Hi, friendo! Oh my. Devil, what is up, homie? Shit. I might be in trouble. What's up, bruv? E. Oh, that's right. You broke all this. What the f— Jenny, welcome in. Give me this. Over here. I'm scared. I'm scared. Escape to hunt without a smudge. Hey, there you go. Flash, when do you play Phasmophobia? I'll let you know when I start. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Welcome in. Look at this creepy shit. And I can't even turn the lights on because it keeps breaking everything. Shut up. I know. Mayor Banshee. It feels like it's stalking us. 1, 2, he's coming for you. Tell him no. Hi, Tornazan. No, Flash does not need a soda. Flash has already had a soda. We have a two soda max. What's the benefit of moving the crucifixes closer to you where you hide? I'm moving it away from over there so it'll actually hunt. Hi, Bree. Welcome in. Gaming lizard. Thank you for the bits. Okay. Did it literally get the breaker again? No, it just burst every damn light that we have in this whole entire house. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Teeny. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Teeny. Okay, put that in there. Okay, let's go get another smudge. Now Flash's kids can eat this week. That's right. They feed off of bits. All right. That there. Get this here. Possibly a mimic. I mean, technically, yeah. Marky, thank you for the prime. It's right there. It's right here. Risking it for them ghosty biscuits. You know what I should probably do? Go get that other smudge. Probably go get that other smudge. Next game, if you guess the ghost correct, I'll... Bet. Roger that. I don't remember usually being able to see a fog wall. Hey, what's up, Chai? How are you? Come on, do it. Banshee scream, do it. Come on. Please. I just don't know if it's going upstairs or not. If it's going upstairs, we're screwed. Very tired of this ghost. Oh, it's the new secret ghost, the triplets. Royal, thank you for the on-screen celebration. Very stubborn, very stubborn. I'm torn. I am torn. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take this. Put it over there. We're going to do... Give me... You. Is that a window upstairs? That's a used smudge. Get out. Get these shoes out of here. F them shoes. It's back downstairs again. You're not torn, I'm torn. Oh, thank you, Emma. I just put those shoes away. I mean, it really feels like it's stalking us. Did it trip for a second? What was that? Okay. Now hold on. Wait a minute. Is this a wraith? It's not hunting. Try the salt. Yeah, that's the plan. Carthura, hello. No, I was so convinced that this is like a mare or a banshee, but now I'm starting to really question if it's a wraith. Out of nowhere, it just felt like it was right next to us. It's not a phantom, is it? We watched it, right? Hold on. I have lights in the lights in the face don't help. Delphina, hello. Now I'm extra suspicious. Quite visible. Could you see it okay? Z, hi. This. How are you, friend? We'll see. We'll at least cancel a ghosty out, you know? That's a Ure. If it's a pain in the ass, it's never a bad idea to just say Ure. Feels like it's switching a little bit. Watch it just hunt in the garage and kitchen. I need to come back upstairs. Yeah, you're a phantom. God damn it. That's a phantom. It was so invisible. Those blinks are so far apart. And I thought I saw that earlier, but I really wasn't sure. Was not sure. But that would explain why it's stalking us. That would explain it. Yeah. It's a ninja. It's a ninja. Ah. Is this no evidence? Yeah, no evidence, no sanity. It's a custom 1012. God damn it, Mel. I was talking about Glay earlier with that emote. Hey, Egam, how are you? Oh my god. Hey, Fritzy. Thank you for the 5 months. If you guys haven't seen it yet, yeah, there's my face. There's my face, but here's my face. Twitch has added what they call power-ups. You have to be careful though, because it does take bits. So you need to be very careful when you're looking at channel point things, which is not a big, I don't have that many anyway, except for the lights. But that's why I have the little bit logo on them. So do be careful, friends. Do you think, Angel, do you think sales will be good for console? I can only assume they will be. I can only assume. See if you get the next ghost right. All right, let's see. All right, let's go to the classic tangy wood. Did you enjoy seeing Chinggis Savers Doritos? I did. I promised him that I would try it. I promised him that when I went to his house that I would try it. Do you find the ghost descriptions in the journal helpful? Some are. There are some that are actually helpful, yeah. Got the Ghost Rider's Mighty. Nice. I'm trying to think which ones are pretty accurate. Let's see. Phantom is the ghost that possessed the living, inducing fear to those around. Most commonly summoned by the Ouija from Ouija boards. That's just flavor. That doesn't mean shit. Race are most dangerous ghosts you'll find. It's also the only ghost known. The ability to flight has sometimes been known to travel through walls. So the wraith can teleport. So that's actually helpful, you know. One of the most famous ghosts, the Polty, known to manipulate objects around it to spread fear into victims. I mean, it's a little bit of flavor, but then there's truth to it based on its strengths and weaknesses. But yeah, some of these, if you go through and read them, they actually are giving you information, right? Mimic best description. The Mimic is an elusive, mysterious copycat ghost that mirrors traits and behaviors from others, including ghost types. Or other ghost types. Yeah. Unsure of what the ghost is capable of, be careful. Several reports have noted ghost orb sightings near Mimics. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Yeah, I dig. I dig. What's up, Cat? How are you? Yeah. Always read the book because they give, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good information in there, but then there's a lot of things that you're not going to learn, right? So you always got to be careful and make sure that you're getting the right information. All right, let's go. Let's go. Twitch crash on your side. Oh, no. What's up, Fast Player? How are you? What is your brightness? I just turn it all the way up. It makes it easier for those that are watching the game. Makes it easier for them to see. What custom am I running? It's a 1012. 1012. All right. Down a smudge. Sorry, Chingus. Uh-oh. We have sightings. It's too bright. My eyes. Ma'am. Sounds like a myling. You know, when she first initially started hunting, I was thinking that, but I'm not sold completely yet. She did sound very quiet. Let's get another hunt out of her. Sound like normal speed, though. So we'll go from there. We'll go from there. You think it's a ghost? What if you're wrong? You ever thought of that? Fancy, thank you for the bits. By the way, if you see Pam, if the ghost is Pajama Pam, and it's coming at you backwards, it's an Obake. Because what it did was it shapeshifted. It shapeshifted and then shapeshifted back, and it's just a bug. But yeah, she'll her booty comes at you. It's me, sorry. Oh, that's okay. Seemed loud. Yeah, it sounded quiet at first, but I don't know if it's quiet enough. Stop trolling. Oh no, I have a clip of it somewhere. I can hear that. A little yokai test. Is this a yokai? Hey! This is a yokai, isn't it? Hello? I think we have a yokai. EMF and Cruci. I don't know if we're gonna get the Cruci. I don't think so. What's the yokai test? The yokai can only sense electronics and hear your voice from a certain distance, and that distance is way lower than the other ghosties. Way lower. You can literally lose a yokai with your electronic turned on around the car. We could try. Let's see if we can do that. Or I could just talk to her the whole time. Hey! Look. Ma'am! Come here! Am I close enough? I'm right here. Hello. Oh my God. Ma'am. You're taking too long, dude. Yeah, you're taking too long. This isn't gonna work. Look, you stupid idiot. I could stand out here, I guess, and then wait for her and then draw her in. The sigh after you. She's being a weenie. It's like a legacy sound. Coach doesn't play Phasmo anymore. Hey. Will you come here? The power of Christ. Thank you. I'm going to be open mic. We're going to talk the whole time. We're going to keep talking to you. Okay? We're going to keep talking. I'm talking to you still. Pam. Pam. Look, I'm talking to her in the game right now. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to my sounds. Audio. Talk, talk. Yeah, see? There you go. I was talking to her around the car. Talking to her around the car. And she just walked away. Normal ghosts wouldn't do that. You unlucky prick. Thank you for the 4 months. That is their name, by the way. We are not calling someone a prick. That'd be rude. All right, you okay? And one for our homies. Psst, 13. Thank you for the follow. Ghost Guess Who? That's basically what you're doing is Guess Who.
Welcome back. There's some jobs
Do
ready
you
for
have this? No. Do you have that? No. Do you have that? No. Gaming Lizard, thank you so much for the bits. Hey, we got a tier 3 crucifix. We're level 90. Nice. Nice. Can't wait for the console release. Yeah, been waiting. I know. I can't wait for console release because then when that happens, more things can happen. That's why I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm also much excited. All right. Guys, I need to use the restroom. So what I'm going to do, we're going to turn on drops because, you know, why not? Player base goes up. Oh yeah, it definitely will. Yeah. All the excites, many excites. Can't wait for the new map. Same. Hold on. I didn't turn it on yet. There, now you can do it. All right. I'm going to go to the restroom. You guys drop. Closest one to the center wins. What do you win? High five, I guess. I don't know. But I'll be right back, okay? I shall return. Do, 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 do. We back. We back. We back. Welcome back. Thank you. Winter Kill. Oh, hi, friend. How you doing? Hey, how are you? Oh, my goodness. Hi, Winter. My freaking homie. Lads, thank you for the biddies. Okay, we are level 90. Level 90. What settings do you have? It's a 10-12 custom. Yeah. I'm good, dude. I am freaking good. Lynn, thank you for the raid. I see you, friend. I appreciate you. I'm so sorry I was AFK when you did. But how are you? Hey, Tris. Brianna, thank you. Can you show it? Sure. I have it in the Discord as well in case you need to save it. Chair stream, best stream. Roger that. Roger that. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Here. Gosh darn it. There's Ghosty. Oh, 98. Holy moly. Very tired. First stream in a while. Decided Phasmophobia the game to use. That's awesome. Well, I hope the games went well, friend. And there's the contract. Worst time for ads. Oh, no. They do have ads. I couldn't stop them because I was away. I couldn't stop them. I was away. What up, Trifle? How are you? Oh, let's see. Oh, what do I need to do? Tip to identify a Goryo. Yeah, look for dots through the video camera because you can't see Goryo dots in person. So if you're looking through a camera and you see the dots in the camera but not in person, it's a Goryo. Yeah. Hey, Haley. All right. I'm waiting. Oh, sorry. I forgot to totally change to the screen. Once ads are done, then we'll I'll show them the rest of these settings, and then we'll keep at it. And then we will keep at it. But Lynn, I hope you have a great night, friend. I know you said you're super tired. Go get some rest. Met your online best friend for the first time. Hey, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Royal, thank you for the gigantic emote, friend. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's cool that you can do animated emotes. I like that a lot. Yeah, so I mean, this is it's kind of a test run. We're deciding if we like it or not. Yeah. Nutty Coffee, hello. Would have sucked if he couldn't. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, as long as that's nothing that's too crazy, I think it's fine. I think that there's going to be some people that are going to hate him. I think there's going to be some people that are going to hate him and they're going to want to turn him off. And I think that's perfectly fine. Leave with nothing. How dare you? Hey, listen here. Listen. Yeah. I mean, it could be, I could see it being intrusive for some. Break of daylight, Royal. Thank you guys. Thank you. Came back and they gave you them again. Oh no. Oh no. All right. They should be done now though. We should be back. All right. I'm going to go through the settings one more time. I know you had ads. So I got you again. Here's player. Thank you, Himawari. There was Ghost. And we're back. And here was contract. There we go. Another challenge? What kind of challenge? If the challenge is to do a 15 times run, I don't know about all that jazz. I don't know about all that. Back for our normals, for our regularly scheduled ghosties. Izzy, hey, how are ya? I do have the tier 3 crucifix, but I mean, I guess like, yeah, I mean, I guess I might as well, right? We're here. Almost exactly what you use. Nice. Nice. What up, Vamps? If you get the ghost without even leaving the truck. Oh, shit. Without leaving the truck? I can't open the door. I can't. Okay. If I get the ghost without leaving the truck. All right. Okay. Hold on. If I get the ghost without leaving the truck. All right. Well, there's only one hope for this. Or there's one way. There's one hope for this. No. Go to Edgefield and help with the demon. Yeah, but I can't get it to hunt. I can't leave the truck. The only way it's going to hunt is if I'm in the building. No. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do clear. Okay. And then we're going to go to Camp Woodwind. Aaron, hello. Stumbled across the videos on YouTube last week. Yeah, I appreciate you, dude. Okay. This is our only hope. Right here. This.
Got a report that suggests a possible ghost sighting.
I just need an orb to show up. If an orb shows up, easy dub. But I don't think we're going to get one. Car! Thank you for the raid. May the odds be in your favor. I don't think they're going to be in our favor. I don't think they're going to be in our favor. You know what, though? Listen, though. It's, you know, worth a shot. When in doubt, Yuri it out. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We have no information. We have 0. The ghost cannot be active until we open the door. So that's an issue. That is an issue. Hey, Belly, how are you? Car, how was your stream, man? All right. What are we going with? You said without leaving the truck. Now, that's not... I can open the door, though. Here, we can do this. We'll... Oh, that's not going to be active, though. Oh, damn it. If I step out to turn the camera on, I can't do it. I can't do it. Damn. Should invite someone. No. All right, what ghost do we think it is? Got all the ghosties right. Got the tier 3 spirit box. Hey, let's go. Throw the camera. But I don't think that'll work. Because, let me see. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You What if I try, hold on. What if I try, hold on. All right, now hold on. Damn it, it came back in. Okay. Hold on. Son of a bitch. It keeps coming back. I wonder if, hold on. Now we can see over near the bathroom and stuff. Hold on here. Let's do this. Now, here's the issue is, again, that the ghost is not active until I open that door, and we can't open the door. Yeah. This is what we have. This is what we have. This is it. There's firelights back. I mean, there's fireflies back there, but that's all we got. What a peaceful, unhaunted view. I know. Can you throw stuff over the fence without having to open it? No. I can't leave the truck. So to get stuff over the fence, I would have to leave the truck. And again, the ghost does not become active until I open that door. So I think we're just kind of winging it. So we have, I don't see orbs, so we're not going to go mimic. And that's the only information we have. I wonder if the ghost... I'm curious to know if the ghost can shut off the power the second that you get into the map. Like, maybe go Jin? Power's still on. Maybe to be a Goryo. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It can. So maybe we go Jin. It hasn't kicked the power yet. The power's still on, and we know that by the lights right here. I say we go for it. Could be wrong. It's worth a shot. Let's just go for it. F it. Because what if we're right, you know? What if we're right? How cool would that be? The idea for Thursday nights? No. Oh, wait. Yes, I did miss V. I have to DM you back, friend. Oh, somebody did say Rise You too. Damn. It's inevitable someone was going to say the correct ghost, but yeah, we tried. We tried. All right, let's welcome in. All right, let me put my weather back to what it was. We tried. Fog. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Otter was the one to say it. Yeah. Hey, Cinnamon, you're good, friend. No worries. Oh, did you say you felt it in your bones? Ah, damn. All right, where was I going? Gaming Lizard, thank you so much for the bits, dude. I appreciate you. Haley, thank you. Oh my god. I believe you said hi. Court. No, I did not. You know what? Fine. You know what? Fine. I will. Think I won't. Think I won't. Think I won't.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Foxy, thank you for the bits.
Nothing to report.
Taylor, I think you should get off TikTok, friend. Take a break. Just let it breathe for a little while. You'll be good. High school's your least favorite? I hate this map. I hate this map with a passion, man. Yep, I hate it. Say I won't. Say I won't do it. Alright, let's go this guy. Let's go get this in the front door, that in the front door, that in the front door. My bones are too old and broken to be trusted. Alright. Get all those in there. There we go. High school can go bye-bye. Yeah, I wouldn't be too upset about it either. Schmoozy. Thank you. What's up, Lizzie? Look at you eating your words. I know. I hope they taste good, damn it. Please deal with the maps we throw into... Wait. Oh, a map we throw... Oh, I got you. We just throw them all in a big... just pit. Well, we need this anyway. It's foggy. I set it to fog. No. I set this to fog. It is preferred. Get that in there. Okay, we've got... Oh, we have a second lantern I forgot about. We have a smudge that's there. We have that there. This. Maybe we just go running in like this and see how it goes. Fuck it. I don't hear anything. Nothing. No light flicker, no nothing. Nothing. There it is. Hi, Pam. And she's done. There we go. There we go. What do you call half a smudge? A smidge? That's fair. Normal speed, line of sight. I think so too. Came from the left-hand side. Found a bone in a similar spot you did when hiding that one time on Edgefield. Did you really? Are you talking about upstairs? Are you talking about in the bedroom, like in between like the bed and the dresser? A smidge or a smudge? Once it's burned, it's a smidge. All right, Ghosty is either over here or it is up here. So nothing is really giving away what it is at all. At all. It spawned very far away, but it is absolutely on the left-hand side. Just informed by a viewer that you're doing something for charity. No, I was. No, I was. Every May we do St. Jude stream. Thought you saw a Jin. No, if it was a Jin, it would have sprinted at us because the power's still on. It's not a Jin. No shot. No shot. Kitten kills. Look at this guy. What's up, dude? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Yeah, the Jin would have sprinted. There's no way that's a Jin. All right, get these. Go in here. Juice is still on. Run, run, run. Hey, there we go. Never hurts to donate anyway. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to wait for the campaign to donate. Oh, no, no, no. You can go right to St. Jude and donate anytime you want. But yeah, every May for the entire month, we do it. How are the ghosties treating you? Not too bad. Not too bad. We had one stinky. One stinky that scared the crap out of me because it spawned like right on us. How was stream? How were your ghosties? Why is it not hunting? We didn't even smudge. Is it still zero evidence? Yeah. Yeah. Normal speed. Oh, there's tons, man. There's tons of ghosts it could be. Is it upstairs? Yep. Pam Jam. You're so cute. $220.25. $220.25. Okay. Let's go this way. I think we have time. Not a Jin. I guess the breaker's underneath the stairs right there. I like that spot. It's a good spot. I like that spot too. No, it does accelerate. It accelerates with line of sight. 100% it does. Because it was doing it down the hallway earlier. 2:20:25. I'm not going to be inside early enough for this. Shit, I gotta run. I gotta run for the demon test. I just have to go for it. Because it could hunt right now as a demon. Basically right now. Run. I'll try to kick the breaker. Bro, invent invented Phas? No, bro's an official creator for Phas. I can't hear shit. Now we listen. Rosa, thank you for the 15 months. Hunting now? No? Wait. No. Rose the Gemini, hello. Now it's hunting. 2:23:10. What was the original time? Grammy! Hi, Grammy. Thank you for the 26 months. Guys, go follow my amazing teammates. Come hit that. Got her. $224. It might have been $223.55. We'll do another smudge test. We'll do another one. Just in case. Just in case. Timer's running. Thank you. I am Grimmy. How are you doing, my dude? And there we go. Let's go. Let's go. Hide under the stairs? No. Bro, it is a ghost. Do you think so, bro? I'm not sure, bro. There we go. Now we wait. Swords, trust me, bro, yeah. Anomalies, hello. Keep my eyes on it. Nothing yet. Hunting. 225.50. Chip was talking about wanting them to add a stopwatch in the game to time hunts. That'd be pretty cool. I would like that. Red Wolf Gaming, hello. Past 90. Yeah, but it's under the spirit timer. So that would mean... Probably not. Average Jill, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate the sub, friendo. I don't think it's you. You. You were near me with electronics. Definitely not you. Not you. No. No. I don't think it's a yokai. We could watch it hunt again. How's it going? It's good. Not too bad. Delphine, hello. Catstars, thank you for gifting Red Wolf a sub. Mother fudger. Yo, she got wheels. She got wheels. Eee! This is why we hate high school. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It's my dog at night. It's got the zoomies. Wraith, yeah, we could. Definitely doesn't feel like it's teleported though. Blur pipe train. Listen, dude. Listen, dude. Where's my power? There it is. All right, let's try to hurry up and get out. Interesting day at work. Thank you, Blood. I will do that. Thank you very much. Today was an interesting day at work, by the way. Pipe exploded. I definitely said E a lot. Oh my god. A freaking pipe exploded? Oi. What do you even do in that situation? What do you even do? Oh shit, we don't have a smudge, do we? Is it? Is it? Oh, Oklahoma. This is going to be interesting. You leave. Yeah. This one might be chalked. No smudgies, no more. No more smudgies. Nope, and that's okay. That's okay. Rud. Just so much, you know? Hi, Kyrie. How are you? Sound like she aggressively threw that book. Sent you a photo of the pipe. I'll check it out. No shot. No shot. Look. Look at the salt change when I do that shit. Because I'm scared. Unless it, dude, unless it walked around the salt, and I'm gonna be pissed. That has to be a wraith. I'd put a blanket over it and walk away like I never saw it. Like Tommy Boy style. Just put it back to the way it was. Let someone else break it. What'd you do? No shot walked around it. Yeah, I laid 6 things of salt, man. Come on, Wraith. Come on, Rafe. Come on. Cover with a newspaper. That's Big Daddy style. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Jobs ready for you.
How much is that? 3,500. Sweet. It was on a large map. That's why. Look at that. People play high school. Play high school. Get out of here. Get out of here. Thank you for the blurps. Appreciate you. It was literally a blurb hype train. Yeah, that's facts. That is facts. Thank you, Kitsters. Oh my God. Kanye, welcome in. Listening while cleaning. Hey, Speed, welcome. I wasn't looking. Can you do high school again? Hold on, wait. I know what I can do in these moments now. Hold on. Hold on. Wait for it. I can send them myself. Goose, thank you for the prime. God damn it. Plan on saying no, it's a custom. No, we're doing a custom right now. Thank you, Bacon. Yeah. If you're accepting challenges, how about a moderate difficulty with only one of each piece of equipment? No, listen, no. I was just doing a different map. Really what we were trying to do is level. Like that's what we're trying to do is get some levels. So we're going back and forth between like some of the small maps. Yeah. Paranormal, thank you for the refollow. Speed, thank you for gifting a sub. Thank you for gifting one to Cozy. What are the custom settings? I have them in Discord, but I can I'll show you real quick. Here's all the player settings. Here are the ghosty settings. I love you. And then here is my contract settings for 1012. What happened? Twitch sometimes. Yeah, dude. Paying it forward. Thank you so much. Yeah. Fancy Husky, hello. Catsters! I wouldn't say no. You know, it's funny. I got the tier 3 crucifix and I don't think I ever actually... There we go. Yeah. There we go. Got a hype train. Yeah, the hype train was built off blurps. Half of them are Patrick. Yeah, no, Cage, you're fine. That's why I try to show it randomly, the settings, because not everyone is. Not everyone is. Thank you, Foxy. I appreciate you. Guys, I've been saying it randomly just so people realize it. Please do not forget that Twitch added the power-ups and to be careful when you're using channel points because power-ups and channel points are different. They're...
We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Oh my God. Flash, why don't you put blurps in the VODs? Why is it I can't hear the blurps in the VODs? I can only imagine why. Large emotes for life. Oh my God. The stream is sponsored by Patrick and SpongeBob. Thanks, Car. Thank you, Royal. Crucifix motion. We're not going to roll with that yet. We're going to go running in here with night vision on and down as smudge. Oh, Yoshi. That's our buddy. We know him. Gotta take your Dios for a walk. Hey, how are you? This is for you. Enjoy yourself. Listen, I know he's slow, but you don't gotta yell at him. Damn. Why you gotta say it like that? Connie, hello. Walkie time, that's right. See, we walked it in the garage this time so he wouldn't go potty on the carpet. Oh my god. Okay, I kind of want to make it hunt again because fear that all of a sudden it becomes a mimic. Such the giant mark it made when the pipe exploded. The giant mark. Oh, you mean in the facility? Take your Dio for a walkie. Yeah? Oh my god. Go! So many blurbs. Run. Dan. Cats. Trust me, bro. It's 100% a wraith. Only because you said bro. Bro. So many SpongeBobs. Let's go here. Okay, we're there. Thank you. That's literally what I needed. Appreciate you. Love you. Kisses. Lethal. Oh, brother. Lethal, how are you, homie? Put this over here now. Weird to be the one. Listen, Gedsters, thank you so much. Lord, welcome in. Oh my god. Is that the shower? Yeah, okay. It's like, that sounds like the TV. Most of that hype train is built off blurbs. I started this. Yes, you did. It's my fault and I don't care. Wow. How many SpongeBob blurbs are there? There's a lot. There's a lot. See, what makes the blurbs so great is that for the most part, they can only be like lived through live. But if I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time, they go through to YouTube, which I am. Come on. Chocolate's chocolate. Chocolate. Goes to you like chocolate. Here, Dad, play catch. You like chocolate? Oh, fuck, I almost got stuck. Here. What? Want some coffee? Coffee. Chocolate. Oh, sponge train. Is that what it is? It's a sponge train? All right, this has to be a Dio, man. Thank you, Mel. It's got to be a Dio. And we got all the objectives, too. Get them levels. Insanity.
Welcome back.
Back-to-back blurbs. Dio, 3600. Isn't that what we got on high school? I just want to see if any mistakes show up when it's big. Oh, the emotes. Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so, but it's really funny. If there's ever an emote that you're like, man, I can't really tell what that is, just play it in your chat. You don't even have to be live. You can do it when you're off stream. I'm pretty sure I was testing it off stream. All right, let's go back to Willer Street. We're level 91. We're moving. We're moving. What's up, Carter?
Set up before investigating.
Tim West.
Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Thank you, Royal. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Gonna have to catch the stream better on a better month. I want my conductor. Oh my God, Lethal. Dude, it's just good to see you, man. It's really, really good to see you. I hope that everything's been going well. Yeah, it's basically a level 5 sponge train at this point. Yeah. All right. Where were we? Let's get this. Let's go. Oy vey. Oy vey. Hey, Coda Bear, how are you? What's with the SpongeBob? They're dead. I got nothing. All right. Down to Smudge. Can you see orbs with the head cam? No. No, you cannot. Mr. Akala, thank you for the 3 subs. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Flat? Okay. All right, that's enough. Did you hit Prestige 11 yet? No, we're getting close. We're getting very close. All right, down to Smudge. We're going in. You sack of shit. It cut the breaker already. Okay, Pulte. Jesus. Summer Dawn. Summer Dawn. Summer Dawn. Your stomach hurts from laughing? I'm so glad. Hey. It's not very nice. Listen. God damn it all. There's so many, man. Pulte. I think it's a Pulte. We're going for it. Yeah. It was throwing a lot. God. It was yeeting, yeah. Yeah, yeet. Oh my God. You guys are of a different breed.
Welcome back. There's some
2K.
jobs ready for you.
We didn't get any of the objectives, but we got it done quickly. That's what matters. Is there a randomize all settings button? Yes, there is. Chocolate. Hey, man. Listen, a good Ed Netty. A good Ed Netty. Finally have a PC that runs the game, so catch with viewer stream. Finally, hey, let's go. Schmelly schmel. Listen, you guys are you miss Ed and Eddie? Right now, I have only Nickelodeon shows. I only have Nickelodeon shows looping over here, but currently Rugrats is playing. Yeah.
All right. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Remember Count Chicken? I sure do. Hey, Connor. Heart pudding, hello. Oh my God. No. Level 6. Okay. It's really hard to tell if the ghost got quiet. It's really hard to tell if the ghost was quiet or if Blurp was taking over, and I can't really tell. I appreciate you guys. Why the low tier smudge? It doesn't change the speed of the ghost. Lord Doofus, hello. Also, current. It does help. Alone in the world with a little get dough. Out on the road or back in town. I can't, Linda. Excuse me? What the hell did you... Is that Mr. Krabs running? The walk. Listen, Linda, listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Oh, if the blurps caused a yokai? Oh my god. Did it speed up in line of sight? I believe so. I do declare. Okay. We could try to get a photo just for something. You know, back and forth. I was hoping it would have been the... Tom? Tom, are you there? Hey! Hey! Oh, fuck. You're not a wraith. This reminds you when you use Dixper? Yeah, a little bit. Maybe a skosh. Oh my goodness. What ghost do we think it is? No clue, man. No clue, but it's not crashing. Heyo. There's truth to that. I don't know what ghost this is. It's very, very normal from what I can tell. Let's get more smudgies in there and another cruise in my face. Just in case. Chat's wild. It's Back up smooches. Banished kitten. Wait, what? Are you banishing kitten? What did kitten do? Maybe it's a Goryo. Flash, color grading sucks. No, it does not. I enjoy color grading. No, it's not. Are you color grading or are you color correcting? You hate to? I love it. I love color grading. It's like a challenge sometimes when you're doing like color correction. I enjoy the challenge of trying to correct what somebody else did. What about color coding? I don't know about all that. Working on getting some drone shots to all match. Ah, okay. What are you using to edit? Revy? No. Become a member of the... No, Carter, you're fine, friend. Premiere. Okay, so your different drone shots, what is different about them? Did you film them in the log? Is that a different ghost? Wait a minute. I almost thought I saw different footsie doodles down there. I'm not exactly sure about that, but maybe we watch it hunt one more time. Downloaded them from... Oh, you didn't... Oh, you're trying to get drone shots to match. The problem is that it's stock drone and they're not matching. Oh. Okay. Next question. What doesn't match? Okay, maybe you're not Obake. I take it back. Shit. I don't know. I watched it loop. I did a loop-de-loop and pull. Jen? I don't think it sprinted the first time, did it? I mean, it'd be risky to really try it now. Unless I have a smooge at the front door. Time of day they were shot. Compensating with shadow and highlighting tents, but it's a slow going. Well, EMF of the breaker, that hasn't worked for me since Apocalypse update. No, I've got one right there. I've got one more chance to try that. I don't know. I don't think it did a Jin sprint last time, but we can listen and try again. Wasn't paying attention. I wonder why. Probably a little hard. Pay attention right now. You said the different time of day. How different are we talking? Time zone on my end. EST. My kids actually love that movie, and it makes me very happy. It makes me very happy. Cassidy, hello. What's up, Mallory? Thank you. Some midday, some sunrise, golden hour. Got you. So that's why the color's different on them. So something that you can do inside of Premiere to try and compensate. One thing you can do is you can mess with your curves. Listen, hold on. Okay, normal speed. I'm waiting for it to come downstairs. No. No, I don't think it's a gym. Did I just do that? Son of a bitch. I don't know. I was out of it for this one. We might honestly guess this one and go. One thing you can do is you can mess with curves. So what you can do is you can mess with like your, well, let's see. If you can see the sky, I imagine the sky is probably not the color that you want it to be. So what you could do is you could mess with your hue v hue, and then go to your blues and start adjusting your blues and try to get the one to match your hero shot. I call my hero is the image that has the color that I want all the others to match. Because what you want is you want your video, you want all of the shots to look like it came from one video, not to look like they came from 50. So I like to have a hero image, and that's the image that I use to base the rest of my coloring off of. But if you do your hue v hue, hue versus hue, you can adjust your hue to make the blues match a little better. You could also do hue v sat, so you can adjust the saturation of it. If it's too saturated, if it's under, then you can pull that up and down, go to your blues, set a couple of dots. Like find your blue, set one dot to the left, one to the right, maybe closer to the other colors, and then drag it up and down and you'll see what it does. Excuse you. Thank you, Tornado Sam. I don't know, man. I think we guessed at this point. As of right now, I'm thinking this is a Goryo. Why? Because it's coming from the same place every time. That's my guess. That's my guess. I think it's been coming from like the same spot every time. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Of course, Rhodey. Dude, if you ever have editing questions, please feel free to ask. If there's one thing I love to do, it's to color. I love it. And I do it all in Premiere because I just don't have the time to invest doing coloring inside of like DaVinci and then transferring that workflow somewhere else. I don't have time. It's just our projects are too fast for that. It's too fast. I'm going Goryo. This could be a completely wrong assumption here. I like coloring books. Have a good night. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate it, man.
Welcome back.
I'm not even sure if I even tested for a yokai. I might not have. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Rats. We were too distracted. Jesus. Oh my gosh. You guys are ridiculous. Redonkulous. My favorite goes to the Mimic. Kylie, thank you for the tier 1. Distracted, how? Oh no. You're so scared of Let's Find Larry? Perfect. I'm going to have that YouTube video up this week. For sure. Well, this upcoming week. Yeah. Guys, don't forget the 24-hour has been decided. 'Tis been decided. It is going to be on the 29th. And I'm going to start roughly 9 a.m. EST. Paul, thank you for the Prime. Where's Coach when you needed her? Probably asleep like 2 hours ago. Yeah. You love your chat. We know you do. Listen. That's your birthday. Awesome. Awesome. I do know that it's not the best time for some because I'm pretty sure that's during TwitchCon EU, but it's the best time for me to do it. It's honestly the best time for me to do it. You think we can hit the 5,000 blurps? Hit 5,000 blurps in 24 hours? I wish I could see the numbers. Where am I going now? We're at level 92. Gonna wear the maid dress again? Listen, we had this same conversation in Chingiz's chat. Okay? People trying to convince him to do it again. He said he burned it. I'm pretty sure I did something similar. It's easy if you drop the the price down was nothing. Hey, if you're subbed, you get discounts on blurps. Yeah. I will not donate subs to make Flash wear suits. Thank you, Torton. I know you won't hear that. I know you won't be able to hear that inside of the VOD, but you know what though? When you're live and you get to hear it, the timing is just impeccable. I need to go. I'm going to actually make a clip from the Let's Find Larry. If you guys were here for that stream, it was on Wednesday. And the dude ran to the center of the screen and then all of a sudden somebody played a blurb that was like, oh, hey, Mark. It was so perfectly done. All right, we need to get lanterns, I think. I think we need lanterns. Thank you, Foxy. I think we've almost had every single SpongeBob thing played. To make Flash have to eat candy. Oh, can't like jelly beans? Like regular jelly beans? Oh, I like that one. That's good. I have Starburst jelly beans right next to me. I'm sure Izzy wouldn't mind. I'll buy her another thing of them. I'm sure she'd be fine with it. Candy drops? Candy drops? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's up, Kane? The nitro gummy. Oh, you get the hell out of here. That's what you do. You Get the hell out of here. All right. This, and pray. Is that directly above me? Old man candies. Bullberry, huckleberry, stuff like that. Wait, what? Alright, it's done. Alright, juice is still on, which is good. Let's see here. Let's set up shop just in case it decides to kick some power. Still on the 10 time? Yeah. Yep. We can do a yokai test. When it comes down the stairs. Except licorice. That's disgusting. Agreed upon. You're not a yokai. Oh, well, this was weird. Like, the lights went out, but I could still see they were on? That was freaking strange. Why isn't it a yokai? It's not a yokai because it could sense my my electronic or my voice from further away. A dried mango. Oh my God. I plan for Chinggis. Listen, there's talks. We're having talks right now about possibly me getting a PO box. I don't know yet though. Just for them to tell you you're not something and then going blind. Wait, what? Do that there. Let's point over here just in case shit goes down. Going right here. There we go. Got a couple smudgies. All right, we're ready to rock. What is old people candy? You got to think about what like an old person would eat. Now you say hard candies though. It's funny because Road was talking about editing video and stuff. I will never. Werther's, yeah, there you go. I will never forget doing an interview. The company that I'm at right now, we were doing an interview, client, one of their videos. We had to get some testimonial stuff, and they were older. And this dude, I mean, he had to be pushing close to 90, like really close. And in the middle of the interview, homie reaches in his pocket, pulls out a hard candy, wrapped, is still talking to us. Like we're chatting. He's talking the entire time, like giving his spiel, unwraps it, and then plops it into his mouth and starts smacking it around while still talking. I was on audio, so I had headphones on and I had to hear all of this. I have misophonia, which is like certain sounds just really throw you over the edge. Yeah, mouth noises is one of them. Oh, that old dude don't give a shit. I mean, and to his defense, you know, he's reached the age that he shouldn't have to give a shit, right? So in his defense, I'll give him that. But yeah, mouth noises, no shot. Like I almost feel bad, but like when I hear someone doing it, I stop and I just stare at them. Just pure shame. Pulte possibly. That's why I started to come over here because I wanted to do a loop around the table. I guess that all depends. I'm sorry. Is that an old person joke? Come on, Ghosty. We'll do a little loop-de-loop here. Can't stand my... Yeah, I can't either. It's funny. My wife will literally go into another room to eat something crunchy because she knows that I don't want to hear it. I'm a big baby. I hear it throwing shit up there. My fiance will make mouth noise and I just glare. Yeah. Nope. Nope. I will stare at my children, and if they're open mouth eating, oh, I'll stare right at them. And they're like, "What?" And then I look at them, they're like, "Oh, sorry." It's like, listen, you're a kid. You can't control some of those things, but open mouth, oh, you sure fucking can. How's the ride? It's good, Clock. How are you? Knuckle popping is fine. My husband cracks his knuckles all the time. I cannot stand the sound. Yeah. I just get annoyed easily by certain sounds. That's all. Mrs. Flash, best wife ever. This is confirmed. These are facts. You have it too? Yeah. It's certain sounds, man. The sound of somebody counting money, like rubbing money. I don't think you're a Pulte. I don't know. I'm pretty partial to Mrs. Gar. I mean, she's pretty cool too. Call me biased here. You know those holographic surfaces that people love to scratch? Physical. Oh. Former bank teller. I loved it. I hated it. I just don't like the sound. That's all. All right. I don't know what this is, man. I don't know. How do your LED lights work? Where are they randomly changed? Oh, no. That's chat doing it. Chat's changing them. Yeah. What up, Rob? It's been upstairs the whole time. I mean, I could take a crucifix up there, see if we could find it. Definitely did not sprint at us. Guess and go. I mean, we did that in the last one. It came from the basement, though, which was sus. The scrape. Oh, man. What else? Let's say, what other shit pisses me off? When people are eating from a container, but they like scrape it clean. Fucking let it go, man. Let it go. Gulping sounds. What's really funny is my dog will have random gulping sounds, and she's so funny because she's so teeny. So across the living room, we'll just hear, like, you good? And she just looks over. She's fine. When people don't say thank you when you hold the door for them, yeah, it's a little annoying. But I mean, you also have to remember in some countries, it's just expected for you to be kind. So you don't have to say thank you for everything. It's just the thing. Like, that's what you do. But here, it's not like that. So when somebody does it, you're like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much. People tap their nails. Yeah. I like how we're just having a discussion about pure just anger right now. This is quite interesting. What pisses all of you guys off? See you, Otter. Have a good one. Well, it's not even a therapy session. It's just we're just chatting it up. Feel awful. My dog grooms themselves. Yeah, my wife really hates the sound of my dog licking. She hates it. Yeah, she despises it. How much time you got? Yeah, Speed. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. My students ask for instructions after I explain for. Okay, that's different. Okay. Well, no, that's not really different. That pisses you off. I get it. Ooh, spicy. There's ads that are about to play. I can't snooze them anymore, guys. I do apologize. I can't snooze him anymore. Nobody. Why you gotta do that? The second I come down here, man. Hey. What you doing? Hanging out with the breaker? You mind if I turn it on? I don't think I got it. I definitely did not. Oh fuck, run! You know what? Have I tested electronics near this thing? Let's find out. Hey! Alright, you're not a Raiju. Alright, I'll cross you off then. It's gatekeeping the breaker. I'm telling. Store camping. When people won't take no for... Okay. Those are called kids? Can I have... No. But... Yeah, trip the breaker again. Oh, Ghosty, what are you? We're getting so sidetracked. So freaking sidetracked with random conversation. Yeah. No evidence, yeah. Yeah. I think it's a spirit. I don't know. Did we do a smudge timer? When engineers tell me a thing can't be broken, I boxed so many engineers in the field. Oh my god. 1000. Why? Why? Yeah, we put salt down. It's not a wraith. It's not a wraith. It's normal speed. I mean, I could have it hunt and go check for orbs if it seems like it's being every damn ghost. Under the sun. Maybe that's what we try to do. As a last ditch effort, you know? Give it a whirl. Do we find the ghost? I mean, we know where the ghost is. It's just a matter of what it is. That's all. Yeah. Normal blinkies, yeah. I'll never get a raise at this company at this rate because I insult you. Run. Wait. Was that? Oh, it just ate the crucifix. Okay. I was like, is that up or down? Because that sounded like that was right next to me. Are you an Onryo? They waste literally 30 billable hours every week making me explain shit. Yeah, that's aggravating. Yeah, I have lots of time that I have wasted, or I have to do things that don't benefit my, benefit our video side either. Okay, give me this. This is risky as shit. But, fuck it. YOLO. Ghost Watcher? I have, yeah. Oh, are you an Onryo? I really think it is. I'm gonna go Onryo. The reason I'm going Onryo is because it blew out the firelight and then ate the crucifix. Even though the other firelight was right there, I think wait, I can show you the map. So I think what it did, we have crucifix here, firelight here, firelight here. I think Ghosty's hunting from over here because that's what it did last time. But I think what it did was I think it blew that firelight out, giving it the range to the crucifix without a firelight in between it. So I'm going on Rio. Hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully we're right. We'll see. Yahtzee! Let's go. 3,700. Yes, sir. GG's. GG's. See what testing does? See what testing does? And I got a daily. Get to go see the walkthrough song. Start trying this. It's good to practice narrowing down ghosts. Is that card prestige? No, this card is for kinetic partners. If you are an official content creator with Phasmophobia, this is this card. The Prestige 10 is this one. It's that one. But yeah. The film slip? Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, I actually have this badge right here that's on my card. So we actually got these. It's a patch. We actually got these for a thank you for adding our voice lines to the spirit box for those of us that did. Yeah. So Frank holds it. How can I apply to get a card? Well, you don't apply to get a card. You apply to be an official creator for Phasmo. And to do that, there actually is a channel that you can do that in the Phasmo Discord. It's a partner application channel. But it's that one right there. What do my voice lines sound like? I mean, we could try to get them. But, I mean, shit, I've got them somewhere. Shit, I've got them in Blurp. But yeah, I say right here, I say active killing and this person died. I don't say from, no, that's not what I say. I'm pretty sure Insim says that. How do you get to the Discord channel for Phasmo? By going there. Played Ghostwatcher yesterday. It's harder than Phas. Oh, well, okay. How many hours do you have in Phas and how many hours do you have in Ghostwatchers? It's like the one you asked, where are you? And immediately respond. Yeah, and it was me that said right here. Yeah, that was very recent. Yeah, right now I am, Caesar. Yeah. Thank you, Lowell. Oh, man. Guys, you know, honestly, we might call it there. I have a long day tomorrow. My kiddo's recital is tomorrow. Two of them. Two of them are in it. Alex and Izzy. So it's going to be a long day for us. Many long day. Many long day. But YouTubes, thank you guys for chilling with me today, man. We'll be live again on Sunday for sure. For sure. TikToks, thank you guys. What's the channel? It's FlashForce everywhere. Yeah, it's FlashForce everywhere. All right. Hold, please. Hold, please. All right. TikToks, thank you guys so much, man. We'll be live again on Sunday. All the loves. Are there only certain specific ones? No, they're uploaded by users. They're uploaded by users and then they get approved. So like what I can do, I can actually approve blurps on my channel. Unless they get like universally approved by the blurp team and you can play those anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Have a happy Father's Day. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, stick around. We'll go find someone to raid. We'll go find a raid target. Could you stream raid me? No. Oh my God. What is wrong with you? Hattie! Hi, Hattie. Oh, it's like a child. That's fucking weird. Dino, thank you, dude. No, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, dude. Thank you all so much for today. We are over halfway to the monthly, and it is not even technically halfway through the month. And there are so many blurps played tonight that I can't even count. Thank you guys. Thank you, Song. Oh, that's pretty rad. That's pretty rad. Bop, 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 up. Time to submit more SpongeBob blurps, because that's what it needs. Thank you, Blood Sample. Thank you. No, seriously, man. You guys are amazing. I appreciate every stream. I appreciate every view. I appreciate every follow, every sub, every bit, every raid. You guys are awesome. No, you're not. Seriously, though, make streaming so much fun. Most of the time. No, I appreciate you guys. Weren't you supposed to drink a soda today? I did. I drank 2 today. What do you mean? I drank 2 today. Listen, there's literally 1 left. There's 1 left. Flash said hate. No, I didn't say I hate. Hate's a really strong word. Might as well finish them off. No. I did get the pickle one. You know, it was probably one of the least worst ones. Yeah, and we had enchilada, which that was not good. No, it started off, it smelled like orange. It smelled like orange, but it definitely at the end had an aftertaste of beef. Tornesian, it was not good. It was not good. What was your favorite one so far? My favorite? None of them were good. I think pickle might have been one of the most offensive ones. Cucumber wasn't the worst either. It legit had aftertaste of beef. I'm not kidding. Yeah, what's your favorite worst one? Mustard was not good? Oh, shocking. Can't believe it wasn't yummy. Cucumber lemonades are good though. Okay, listen, we're going to raid. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. If we reach the monthly sub goal, we will be doing a long extended viewer game day. I mean, with my 24 hour being at the end of the month, if we reach it by then, I'll probably do viewer games that day. I think that would make the most sense. I want to see that face when you see. Wait, what is that? What is the third picture? Is that third picture like burn marks? Is that third picture burn marks? That's the explosion mark. Jesus Christ. Oi. Tornasian had a pipe explode at work today. Do you know the thing that I know? Oh, God. Oh, God, Mel, that could be anything. Oh, God, you can't. I was going to say, don't do that to me. Yes, I did know. Yes. Yes, I did. Thank you. Yes. I didst. I didst. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. I did know. 'Twas part of the plan, Stan. 'Twas part of the plan. All right, let's see. All right, friends. One more time. If you are not subbed, there you go. If you are subbed, there you go. Creepy little tier 3s. We love you. There you go. We have a friend to say hi to. We got a friend to say hi to. Because they're having themselves a celebration stream. It is a 24-hour celebration stream for Moon Bunny's streamiversary, 1K followers and birthday. So it's like a mega celebration. They are doing Lethal Company right now with a few of our friends. So I don't know. I might even see if I jump in for a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. But they're playing with crowd control. So if you want to screw with people, you go to Moon Bunnies and you make things happen to teammates, because then it could happen to Chiba. Yeah. I'm level 3 though. Yeah, but you are creepy, Tornazin. So let's go say hi to Moon Bunny. If you guys don't know Moon Bunny is awesome. Lots of fun. Super great streamer. Plays lots of spookies. Friends with a lot of people in the community. Not just ours, not us, but like everybody, like within like Midnight Society and everywhere else. But yeah, guys, if you're not already following all the peeps in Midnight Society, like Mel, please make sure that you guys do. If you're not in my Discord link is there and the rest of my socials are there. Our latest YouTube video is live right now. It is where we played Flathead. It is live as we speak. I'll have Let's Find Larry coming up. Midnight one. I'll have Let's Find Larry coming up soon. I need to see what other videos I'm going to be working on. It might, I mean, we have the weekly coming up soon too, so we'll see. Rude. Flash who? Rude. Switch, I appreciate you. Thank you for being kind. Unlike other mother. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. All right. I need to copy my own message. There it is. All right, let's go say hi to Moon Bunny. Make sure that when you get there, you click on the crowd control thingy so you can redeem coins. Okay? You get 250 for free. And then you can buy more if you want to support, which is awesome. Guys, you're amazing. I love you all. Thank you for all the support tonight. Appreciate you. Love you. Bye.